Noah here with American Muscle. Huge news for the Dodge fans out there. The SRT Demon 170 was just released, and the heights this car is achieving are monumental. But to really grasp why this car is so fantastic, we have to zoom out a little bit and talk about Dodge's history with modern day muscle cars. In 2015, Dodge introduced a major contender in American-made muscle cars by releasing the Hellcat. And that sparked a flame not only in consumers, but other automotive manufacturers as well, and everyone wanted to be the top dog. So many brands were one-upping each other, fighting for that top spot. Dodge released the Demon. Chevy's answer to that was the Camaro Exorcist, and there was a battle all the way to the top, and now we're at the end of an era. EVs are here, and it seems like they're here to stay. But I'm not sure why Dodge didn't choose to just phase muscle cars out quietly, but instead they were like, let's make sure everybody remembers our legacy by making a final edition Challenger that will break the record for the fastest accelerating car in the world, and we should unveil it by delivering it to a drag strip event in Vegas, suspended by a helicopter, like that scene in the Need for Speed movie.
Oh my God!
Now you heard me right. The Challenger SRT Demon 170 has beaten the likes of Bugatti and Koenigsegg with a 0 to 60 time of 1.66 seconds. That is unreal fast, and this is a monumental moment for us muscle car guys. The Demon 170 comes street legal from the factory with 1,025 horsepower, 945 foot-pounds of torque, and it's done a quarter mile in 8.91 seconds at 151.2 miles an hour. This car does wheelies from the factory. The motor that practically jet propels the car down the strip is still the 6.2 Hellcat motor at its base, but it's been completely re-engineered with new rods, new pistons, a different crank, upgraded bearings, billet, everything, and that's all to keep this insane motor from blowing into pieces under the boost pressure of the new 3-liter supercharger. 3 liters is more displacement than my car's entire engine has. And the Demon 170 derives its name from the fuel that it runs on, E85 or 170 proof alcohol. Now yes, this thing can run on regular pump gas, but it's really meant to run on E85, and that's where it's really going to fly into a league of its own. There are little tiny hints all around the car that throw to E85, besides the huge graphic right under the massive hood scoop that says alcohol injected. E85's symbolic color is yellow, and the motor's yellow. The eye on the Demon symbol on the dash is yellow, as well as the one on the side of the car. Now that E85 does a lot for power, but E85 also requires a lot more fuel to make power than pump gas. The 170's injectors can push out 164 gallons of E85 per hour. That's more than the average shower head. And you can imagine that the tank empties pretty quick at full throttle. It lasts 7 minutes to be exact. The record-breaking speed doesn't just come from the power though. There's a lot of cars that you can put 1,000 horsepower in and not have a sub 9-second drag time. Now, weight savings plays a huge factor in the 170's success, and this thing doesn't even come with a passenger seat from the factory. So if you want to show your mom how fast your new car is, then you have to pay an extra $2,500 to get the passenger seat installed. And there's no sunroof. Dodge clearly doesn't want you to have one, because if it's a necessity, you're paying an extra 10 grand for it, because there's no time to be stargazing when you're going 0 to 60 in 1.6 seconds. Now the outside of this thing looks pretty sick too, and maybe even evil like the name Demon implies. There's only wide body fenders in the rear to cover the huge tires, which I really like actually, and there's a rear spoiler lip, a front splitter, a special Demon 170 badge, and you can even get the thing with red seats, which I'm always a sucker for. And the interior looks great too. One really insane thing about the 170 is that you can actually adjust the tune right on the dash infotainment screen. You can make custom torque curves for launching, and you can even change how strong the shifts are to keep from breaking traction without an aftermarket tuner. Getting that power to the ground is a huge feat just in itself, and the Demon 170 does wheelies, so it's gonna have serious traction. And that comes down to the tires that come on it, Mickey Thompson Street R drag radials. And this is the first time that they've ever been put on a production car. And the craziest thing of all is that this thing doesn't even have skinnies on the front. Yes, it doesn't have the wide body flare on the front because the wheel is skinnier than the regular Demon's wheel, but that's still a normal sized wheel under there. So what it's gonna all come down to at the end is how much it costs and can you actually get one? Well, surprisingly you can, and the Challenger SRT Demon 170's MSRP is $100,361 before any dealer markup, and there's gonna be about 3,000 of them sold in the US. Now, don't worry Canada, you're not getting left out, and they're sending 300 up to you as well. So ordering opens March 27th, 2023, and you can get your hands on one of these bad boys, but to even buy one, you need to sign legal documents saying that Dodge is not responsible for any or all catastrophes that may ensue when you're behind the wheel. And it's gonna come with an even higher cost because if you make a pass that falls under 9 seconds at a certified NHRA drag strip, you have to get a roll cage and a parachute to race it again. But Dodge really has thought of everything because there's a parachute as a factory add-on. That is nuts, I'm sorry. But it does come with a branded whiskey glass set so you can calm your nerves in style after you get your blood pressure up sending the thing down the track. Guys, what a mic drop. And I'd say a very fitting one for Dodge too. They didn't just want to settle for beating other muscle cars, they wanted to beat everyone. And the Challenger will go down in history as holding the fastest 0 to 60 time of any production car as of 2023, and the only muscle car to ever come from the factory with the ability to run an 8-second quarter mile. To the Dodge Challenger as we know it, we salute you. And for all things Challenger, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.